We've got the 2020 Michigan defensive depth chart coming up. I broke into Schembechler Hall, stole the papers out of Jim Harbaugh's office. I know who's starting and who's the backups for the defensive depth chart. Before we get into it, I want to make sure you guys know I need you to subscribe before the season gets kicked off. We're 1 week till Michigan at Minnesota. We're 176 subscribers away from the goal to keep this channel rolling throughout the 2020 season. Subscribe to the channel right below the video. Hit that subscribe button. And when you do, you'll see every single video we get. It's the Michigan Football Report with me, your host, James Yoder, coming at you right now. We're starting off with the defensive line, and this should be no surprise. These starters are all quasi-household names. Only one new starter on the defensive line, and that is former five-star Chris Hinton. I think he ended up being like the number 37 player in the country in the 2019 recruiting class, a high four-star, but was a five-star when he committed to Michigan. Kwity, Paye, and Aidan Hutchinson, though, those are your headliners. A couple guys who many draft pundits think could be drafted first round for Kwity Paye. I've seen our own Tom Downey put it out there. Aidan Hutchinson, only a junior, but he could be a second rounder, could be a third rounder with a phenomenal season. Maybe he could be a first rounder. You never know. We'll see what happens. Carlo Kemp's been around for a while. You know that name. Chris Hinton taking over. He's going to be a starter in the middle. So you've got your defensive tackles. You've got your defensive ends. Luigi Villain, who's been around for a while, and he was a big-time recruit. He's been hurt for a couple seasons. Mozzie Smith in the middle. Didn't really get a lot of playing time. Just keep your eye on that one because I think there's potential for there's no reason he shouldn't have played last season with how thin Michigan was in the defensive tackle. So not playing again this season. If he doesn't get snaps in the first couple of games, keep an eye out for that. Don't say I didn't warn you. Donovan Jeter and then Taylor Upshaw, a couple names you might have not seen on the field for Michigan, which brings me to this question. Who is the best defensive line for the Wolverines since the year 2000? Let's just call it the last 20 seasons. There's about 10 guys I could have picked. There's a lot of really strong Michigan defensive linemen, but I picked the guys who I thought made the biggest impact to the team and also had the highest accolades, whether it's All-American status, won any of the awards, first-round draft picks, and the like. So Lamar Woodley, if you think it's Lamar Woodley, type LW. Taco Charlton, TC. Brandon Graham, a top 10 draft pick, type BG, and the guy probably making the biggest impact of all these guys in the NFL right now, and I think they're all still in the NFL. Actually, I don't know about Lamar Woodley. The other three for sure. Chase Winovich with the Patriots, type CW. Last 20 years, Michigan's best defensive lineman. I'm going to go down and pin this one below the video as the pinned comment. You might get hit with a YouTube ad break. While you watch this ad, go down, comment, scroll back up. The ad will be over. It is the linebackers, the 2020 projected linebacker depth chart. At the Mike position, we've got Cam McGrone, Josh Ross moving over from Mike to Will, which is a position change for him. He was the Mike last year before injury, ended up redshirting last year, oddly enough. So he's going to be a fourth-year player. Didn't redshirt as a freshman, but redshirted as a junior. So he's going to be a fourth-year junior since eligibility doesn't count. He actually could play for 3 more seasons for Michigan, crazy enough. And then taking over for 3-year starter Khaleke Hudson is Michael Barrett. And the Sam position, some people might not know exactly what that is. That is the position that Josh Uche played last season and in the past has been played by Noah Furbush. It is not a starting position, so let's make sure that's clear. Ben Van Sumeren is not a starter, but is more of a rush end. You go balls to the wall, crazy at a quarterback right there. Backups, we've got Khalil Mullins, Nikhil Hill-Green, Solomon, and then David Ajabu, who was actually not allowed in the country up until about a month or two ago, after being not allowed to re-enter the United States of America during the coronavirus pandemic shutdown. But he's back with the program. So those are your starters at linebacker. Outside of Van Sumeren, it's a quasi-starter, and your backups. And you guys have one last opportunity. You've got 1 week to go to take advantage of the Bet US promo. They're giving us a 125% deposit bonus. Best in the game. Your boy's a pretty good negotiator. No big deal. You put in $100 your first deposit to bet on college football, to bet on NFL. You get an extra 125. You put in 200, an extra 250. You put in 400, 500. You put in 500. What is that, like $600 and some dollars? Free to bet with and free play. And if you get started before Michigan-Minnesota kickoff on Saturday, October 24th, we will send you a Jordan Brand Michigan football jersey. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code GOBLUE when you deposit. Don't mess that up, or it causes a lot of issues for us to get you hooked up. So use the URL. I'll drop you in the page, promo code when you deposit, and then email goblue@chatsports.com. Just say, I got going with BetUS. Hook me up with the jersey, guys. We'll get your account info, get your size, get your shipping info, get you a jersey. The faster you do it, the faster you get the jersey. Don't email me on the 26th and say, I want my jersey. I got signed up today. And 24th. That is how it is. With the season coming on, with it coming strong in a couple days, folks, you got an opportunity to follow the best Twitter follow for Michigan football, me, on Twitter. So I want to make sure you guys know what my Twitter handle is, at James Yoder. During games, I'm going to be going, doing all kinds of analysis. I'll tweet out the highlights. So if you miss a play, go to my Twitter account. Make sure you follow me, and I'll do some, selfie mode videos at halftime, right after the game, at James Yoder. Make sure you follow me if you haven't watched the show before. I'm a pretty funny guy on Twitter too. Not to pat myself on the back, but nevertheless, that's what it is. Secondary. And there's been a lot of rumors from Sam Webster and the Blog Boys just trying to get your money with your subscription. They're $1 a month, 90% off because of the coronavirus. Well, let me tell you what. All the stuff they're putting out there about the secondary position moves, Dax Hill moving to cornerback, and Jemon Green. Oh, Sammy Faustin is going to be in the mix at cornerback. All BS, all crap. The starters are like this. Vincent Gray, no name. He's going to be your starter, your main cornerback, your number one guy with Ambry Thomas out. Daxton Hill, Brad Hawkins, no surprise there. Those will be your starting safeties. And DJ Turner leads the way right now as the second cornerback. But keep an eye out for Jemon Green. You may know his brother, German Green. He's over at strong safety. Sammy Faustin moved from safety over to corner. I don't think he's going to make much of an impact. Jalen Perry and Andre Seldon, a redshirt freshman, and a true freshman, are in the 3 deep, I guess, at cornerback. But not much proven talent right now in the cornerback position. And oh, by the way, I just want to give a shout out to my competitors at WTKA, Sam Webb and Ira Weintraub. Congrats to them, because we do YouTube. That's my thing. I'm a YouTube guy, right? And they're doing a Detroit Lions pregame show, so congrats to them. I checked out the numbers. They're doing a 2 or 3 hour pregame show live on YouTube every week before the Lions games. Check the numbers. Congrats, guys, for getting over 100 viewers on your 3 hour live show. Sloppy Sam Webb, 124 views in his 3 hour live show. Don't come in my domain. I don't do radio. You don't need to do YouTube. Stay out of there. But while you're here, if you appreciate what we do, if you think it's a good show, we try best. We're doing graphics. We're doing good lighting. We're going to do good sound. Subscribe to the channel. Only need 176 more to hit our goal. I think I'm going to get a big-time bonus from the bosses. You never know. And if you subscribe, if you're a Michigan fan, you will know. We've been talking about this since January. It is Bosa season. Beat Ohio State again. B-O-S-A. You see it right here. Beat Ohio State again. Screenshot this. Crop me out. Get that in there. Every time you're on social media, every time you see Michigan, go ahead and tweet this. Let the team know. Let the coaches know. Let the players know. Tattoo this on your arm if you have to. But I am convinced that the thing missing from Michigan competing with Ohio State, it's talent. But I just don't think Michigan cares enough. I don't think Michigan's players, their fans, their coaches, I don't think you care enough. I don't think I've cared enough. It's going too long. Beat Ohio State again. I am determined. I almost had Corona take care of it for me. Just cancel the season. Michigan won a loss, but we're playing a season, so we'll see what happens. It's fine. Beat Ohio State again. Let's take a look at the special teams depth chart. Quinn Nordin is going to be your starting kicker. Will Hart will be your starting punter. Ronnie Bell, the punt returner. And then Giles Jackson, Chris Evans as your starting kick returners back there. Both are starting positions, the kick return position. Your backups, Jake Moody. He kind of got beat out at the end of the season by Nordin. He was a year older than him. Nordin did really well down the stretch, had that 50-some yarder against Alabama. And then Brad Robbins. Both the starters and the kicker and punter, there's two guys at each position that have been starters for a year plus. So it's pretty interesting. You rarely have that much depth at those positions. Ronnie Bell, your punt returner. Mike Sainristil will back him up. Giles Jackson, and then Chris Evans is your kick returner. That is your special teams for the Michigan football team. That's our show today. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit this button right here, Michigan Football Report. Hit the button. We're going to be having awesome content throughout the 2020 season, so don't miss anything out. And if you missed our shows from earlier in the week, I got one for you right here and right here. Go Blue.